This is PTV.
Hello? Who is it? How'd you get this number? Commissioner, yes. What's the problem? We're on it.
What was that about?
No time. To the Batcave.
What's the big dilemma, Batman?
It's a terrorist in the whole town.
Holy puzzles, Batman! We've got our hands full!
Yes, Robin. Yes, we do.
Can't we listen to some better music?
Robin.
Where you think you're going, baby? Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy. But here's my number, so call me maybe. It's hard to look right at you, baby. But here's my number, so call me maybe.
What's tied up with loads of string but can't escape from anything? It's you!
Batman, the Riddler's over there. What are you doing?
That's fine. I'm just bird watching. We'll be back.
Holy, tied up with tongue twisters, Batman. You weren't kidding.
Robin, you're like 30. Grow up.
You're just mad because you don't have a catchphrase, and I do.
No. I have a catchphrase. It's Bazinga. No. No, that's not it.
How to stop the dynamic duo. That's it. With 2, you're crew. With 1, you're done.
I'm just gonna go over and play on the playground for a little bit, okay?
Alright, just make sure you're back by dinner and play nice with the other kids, alright?
Okay.
Okay.
I'll see you later.
Alright, bye.
They wanna have fun. Oh, girls just wanna have. That's all they really want.
Hey kid! Want some candy?
Batman never gives me candy. Gee, thanks, Superman.
Well, Robin, what tastes like candy but isn't candy?
Pills!
White candy to buy. I don't know. First they're sour, then they're sweet. Robin will love these.
Hi, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Is this all for today?
Yes.
Do you have a giant pool card?
No, can you look it up for me? It's under Bruce. I mean, never mind.
Mr. Wayne, have you seen Robin around?
No, I haven't. But I got him this candy.
Anyhow, here's your mail.
Not for me. Not for me. What is this? The Riddler. When we are together, we are a pair. And now that we are apart, beware. What does it mean?
Master Wayne.
Just realize he's stumped.
Oh, Master Wayne.
What does this mean? Pear. Robin! He took Robin. Where is she?
What are you talking about?
Where's Rachel?
Seriously, I have no idea what you're talking about. You've got me stumped. I'm the Riddler. This isn't supposed to happen.
You know, Rachel stole her. Gonna came here to get her back. I'm Batman, it's my whole thing. I need her back now. So, gonna get her. Is it cool with you?
You idiot! I took Robin, your partner. No woman was even involved in the making of this film.
Robin, I need him back too.
Well, you're going to have to get through me first. He's gone, Batman.
Tickle.
Did you just spray me?
No one could resist my extra strong smell. The injustice. Sayabouki. Good work, Robin. You done good. I like your hair. Well, the Riddler. Seems like I cracked your riddle. It could have reigns over evil and the corrupt and injustice again. Let's go, Robin. Because I'm Batman.
holiday Christmas we get to spend together with nothing to worry about.
Yes. This is great.
What do you yell? What's your favorite color?
Give me that. Only I answer the bat phone. Hello? Commissioner, the Penguin stealing presents. We're on it. Have a Merry Christmas.
What's the problem?
Looks like you spoke too soon. I'll tell you in the car.
So where are we headed, Batman? The toy store?
No. Do you ever get cold? I mean, you always wear tights. I don't know. I don't get it.
It makes me feel free.
Anyways, the Penguin's been stealing Christmas presents from all the little girls and boys. I've got them.
Holy flightless bird, Batman! I hope he doesn't steal any of mine. One for me. Another for me. What's the plan, Batman?
Don't let me get the presents. Drop it, Penguin.
I'll leave that one here for you.
Get him, Robin. Look at him go. It's too hot out for a penguin, even though there's snow. Come on, Robin. Let's go have Christmas dinner. What?
Do you think we could have the Penguin come spend Christmas dinner with us?
Fine.
Good. Thank you.
Bagels. Whatever you.
Bagels are my favorite.
Yeah.
Does anybody else want any fruit?
Nah.
I don't
It's all yours. You could have me.
I hope you don't mind. I invited a friend.
Huh?
Hi.
You know how much I love bagels? Bagels are easily my favorite food.
You can have a bagel.
They're like donuts.
Yeah.
They have holes in them, and you.
You can have like 2 bagels.
I mean,
So, does anybody want a riddle?
Yeah.
Alright.
That's your riddle.
I know a word of letters 3. Add 2 more, and fewer it can be.
Minus.
It's few.
He always gets them.
That's a knee slapper. That's a knee slapper.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Who's he talking to?
feel like I was supposed to give you something. Nah, I don't know.
Will Bruce ever remember what he forgot to give Dick? Will Dick overcome the deficit and win the Guess Who match? To find out, tune in next time.
What are you doing? The movie just started. You can't just skip to the end. I didn't even get to be back. Never mind.
Hey, Bruce. Do you think I look like Connor?
You're gonna get hit for that later.
Breaking news! The Joker has taken all of Gotham High hostage and released this statement to Batman and Robin. And I quote, "To my pointy-eared friend and his boy Blunder, I hope you drop by for the party I'm throwing at school. I'd hate for you to miss it. It's going to be a ball of laughs. Ha ha, ha ha."
Poisonous programming! Can we at least finish our game?
No time to the Batcave.
What happened to the real Batmobile?
It's in the shop, but it was doing those fun anyways. So we're gonna keep this one.
Where are the propellers?
Robin, this is a car, not a plane. I don't get where you get these stupid ideas from.
Wikipedia. Okay. Ow. Meanie.
How come we never agree on what music to listen to?
Probably because the music that you like sucks.
You know something? You suck.
Two of us, we're gonna have a problem.
Now, Robin, I know you like to get into your antics, but try to keep your eyes peeled. The Joker could be anywhere.
I'm way ahead of you, Batman. Peeled. Want one? I was gonna eat that.
Shut up! Alright, we're gonna just split up. You go that way, and I'll go this way.
No Batman today. Little birdie's all alone to play with Kitty.
Nope. Batman's down the hall. I'm not really into cats.
Why doesn't that surprise me?
Have a nice day. Out there. Joker.
See something you like?
What are you doing here?
Oh, you know. Just picking up some knickknacks on my way home. I assume you're here for the Joker.
Joker, what do you know?
It'll cost you.
Tell me what you know. I don't have time for games.
Could have fooled me.
My ball!
Heidi ho, bird boy. Is this yours? think you should know something, Robin. You're in for a big surprise.
What do you know about Joker's play?
What's in it for me?
Oh, go easy on you.
Not too easy, I hope. He's locking up the school and plans to hypnotize the entire city. He arrived at 8 this morning. That's when the milk runs out.
Sour. Sweet. Robin will love it. Robin! Robin!
Wakey, wakey, sleepyhead. Did you have a nice nap? Where am I? This is where the party is going to be. We're still waiting on a couple of guests and our dark-winged friend.
What are you gonna do?
You'll find out soon enough.
Wayne residence.
Alfred, it's me.
Oh, Master Wayne, where have you been? I've had your lunch ready for over an hour now.
I'm locked at the school and I can't find Robbie.
Oh, Master Wayne.
So, I guess you wouldn't know where he is.
Sir, I'm not his babysitter. Why do you always assume that I know his location?
I have to go. Bye. Have you seen Robbie?
No, but what about?
Hello, little kitties. Uncle Joker here with today's announcements. You don't mind, do you, hon? That's the spirit. It has come to my attention that in the last few years, Gotham High has registered some of the highest test scores in the entire state. You know what that means? You little boys and girls have been hitting the books real hard and should be rewarded. So, just because you're all such eggheads, I've decided to throw a big old party to celebrate. And no party is complete without a little music. You all love fun little time. Catchy, isn't it, Bad Brain? But the best part is about this song is you can't hear it. You see, underneath this fantastic little beat is a hypersonic sound frequency, one of those that can only be heard by kids. It turns them into the best party guests I could ever ask for. Well, they aren't exactly lively, but what they lack in social skills, they make up for in blind obedience. I gotta be honest with you, kid. You're creeping me out a little bit.
Guess you can't face this alone. On second thought, you're on your own.
Well. It took you long enough, Batsy, but I'm afraid the party is already in full swing. Oh, happy day! The guests have arrived. Now the moment we've all been waiting for.
System overload. Automatic shutdown engaged.
No! Ah! Ah! Froze! No! No! Ah!
Mom? Mom, can you pick me up? Hey. Holy head trauma, Batman.
Quick, Robin! Get
Ah!
Nice work, Robin.
You too, Batman. You shaved.
I did. Well, Joker, it looks like you didn't play your cards right. And good reigns over evil once again. Let's go, Robin. Two things. One, I always get the last name. Two, stop getting captured by the villains.
Time, I've been passing time, watching trains go by. All of my life, lying on the sand, watching seabirds fly, wishing there would be someone waiting home for me. Something's telling me it might be you. It's telling me it might be you. All of my life.
They stood together long before the summer of 2012, with a video camera and an endless supply of age-inappropriate jokes. An uninspiring group of aspiring filmmakers would unknowingly transform a local video program by daring to push the limits of what could and should be seen on high school closed-circuit televisions. This is the story of one of the boldest, most ambitious, most incomplete film projects in high school video history, told from the rise to the unfinished business. This is Back to the Batcave, the making of a Penn Trafford Classic.
So, the idea actually came about in the summer before our senior year.
Like all great stories, this one begins in the backyard of a painfully ordinary suburb in western Pennsylvania.
Alec and I started talking about Dark Knight Rises because he had seen it, and I was just super excited because I had just seen it.
My good friend Matthew came to me and he says, Alec, I think we should do a Batman video.
It was just kind of that one-off thing just because we had both seen Dark Knight Rises recently.
Because, you know, the movies were so successful and they just came out and everybody loved Batman, you know. It was before this Marvel thing that everybody liked.
Little did Matt and Alec know that seemingly inconsequential conversation about a school project would be the catalyst to the adventure of a lifetime.
I talked to my dad about it and I was like, yeah, we're just going to do a little Batman video and, you know, kind of play off of it. We'll get t-shirts and stuff. And my dad told me, he's like, no, you can't just get t-shirts. If you're going to do a Batman video, you have to go all out with the costumes. Like, Alec needs a real Batman suit and you need a real Robin suit. If you're going to do this, you got to do it right.
And do it right, they would. Over the following days, Matt Merlino began working on the first drafts of a script. It was during this crucial developmental stage that the film we know and love today acquired some of its best-known traits, including that of the classic film technique known as the MacGuffin.
How do those make you feel?
So, the idea behind the Sour Patch Kids was kind of random. For the first few weeks of our Video 4 class, Mr. Vinton had harped on a MacGuffin, where it really had to drive your movie. So we thought, okay, we're gonna take this to a whole new level, and our MacGuffin is going to be so obscure that it's going to be honestly unidentifiable until the very last scene of our very last movie.
So we went down to the local Piggly Wiggly and they let us go in with the costumes on, and I was wondering, my co-star Matthew, I know he likes sweet candy, and the first thing I saw was Sour Patch Kids. And
when you watch it back, it's like, oh, why are there Sour Patch Kids? But there was a plan, and it's written into our final script that was never used.
It's something about those children in that small little bag that just, it warms my heart. And when I saw them, I thought of Matthew and the joy he brings to my heart.
With their MacGuffin in hand and the story fleshed out, the crew of NS Productions worked in record time to complete the project on schedule, rocketing them towards a film premiere at the start of the second grading quarter. The crew watched with bated breath as their work hit the airwaves in November of 2012. The reaction they'd received from their fellow students was unlike anything they had prepared for.
The reception for the film was shocking.
Whenever it debuted on our Friday show, I was really excited. I was very much looking forward to everybody seeing what we had created, because I didn't know how people were going to react to it, because it was unlike anything that anybody had really ever done. So it was either going to be a huge hit or a huge miss. Thankfully for us, it was a hit.
The massive success of the first film, it was tremendous for us, because, you know, we were these young kids. We didn't quite know what we were getting ourselves into.
Having debuted to glowing reviews from students and teachers alike, a sequel was inevitable. But immediate demand for the dynamic duo's return to the small screen gave the crew an idea.
So it's getting to that point where everyone was going on holiday, and you know, the snowfall was coming, and we were thinking about the old jolly fat man up the way.
I had video class 5th period, you know, the elongated 5th period, and then 6th period I had art extensions with Mrs. H. So after 5th period video, when Mr. Benton pretty much proposed the project for a holiday special, I went to Mrs. H's class and just wrote the entire script in 40 minutes.
That hastily cobbled together script would become known as the Holiday Special. A tribute to Christmas classics, it would give the public what they were demanding, while simultaneously expanding the PTV Batman universe.
I remember taking it to Alec, 7th period, being like, hey, our video's done, we're ready to film. He's like, what? And I was like, yeah, we just need to find a penguin. So we knew, well, I knew when I was writing it that we were gonna at least talk to Eddie about it.
No, I knew when it came out, that first one came out, it was going to be huge. And I knew that when they asked me to be part of the second one, that it was something special. You know, every fat kid in Penn Trafford was clamoring for a role as the Penguin, but at the end of the day, I had the jacket, so I got the role.
His access to a black overcoat and a golf umbrella made him the perfect choice. Eddie signed on immediately. The only challenge would be getting him to set.
So when we reached out to Edward to want to be in our film as the Penguin, we couldn't get a hold of him.
Yeah, you know, I think they probably might have been on a bender or something the night before.
We had the script. Matthew had the script done, and the snow was falling. It was the time to do it, and we couldn't get a hold of him.
I do have a distinct memory of getting a text message that said, hey, it's snowing, why don't you come out and film? And I went back to bed for six hours or so.
And finally he responded to us and says, yeah, let's do it now.
And then we got up. It was not snowing anymore, but we made it work. We made, as the kids call it now, a Christmas classic.
And a classic it would become. Filmed in the span of just one day and edited over a weekend, The Cape Crusader would return to the televisions of PTV less than 1 month after the premiere of their first film. The reactions to the follow-up would be even bigger, bringing with it mounting pressure for the crew to outdo themselves yet again.
In the process of creating the Christmas special, I had already started writing our second film in the Batman series that actually flowed with the storyline and continuation of our arc that we had originally planned for.
It was all hands on deck as pre-production got underway for the official Batman sequel. And with the decision to bring Eddie on full-time as the film's next director, the team behind NS Productions had taken its final form.
Matt had birthed this 14-page sweaty baby, almost identical to him in every way. It was awkward, it had weird pauses, fairly flamboyant, but in a weird, subtle way. And he entrusted me, he came to me, put him in both of my hands, and he said, I want you to do my thing hard. And I said, I will do your thing hard and right. And I think we did. I think we did Matt's thing hard and right. Can I smoke in here?
Having him come on board took us like totally to a new place.
It was an easy transition. You know, Matthew wrote, and he did a tremendous job of putting words on paper. Did they make sense all the time? Yeah, it's neither here nor there. But myself and Edward working behind the camera, there was something special there. It was easy, you know. So to where, you know, he could do a scene, I could do a scene. If I was acting, he could be behind, and it worked pretty seamlessly.
The addition of Eddie brought a new direction to the project, but the filmmakers agreed that their follow-up should remain faithful to the aspects that had made their first two projects so successful. Crucial to that aspiration would be the involvement of the one and only Nick Lieb.
Is this yours?
Going into the entire series, we always had a plan for Nick. Again, God rest his soul.
I'd be remiss if I never mentioned the tremendous acting ability of Nicholas Lieb. God rest his soul. We lost him in a horrible mining accident.
Just in principle, he was our rock when it came to acting, because we knew he would do literally whatever I would write.
Yeah, you know, Nick Lieb, God rest his soul, he was the glue that tied all those together.
You can't use 12 midgets to hold a ceiling of a mine. Like, you need to use something else.
You know, I'm a method actor, but Nick Lieb really was able to take those characters somewhere scary.
That was both a blessing and a curse, because he learned the entire Billy Madison dance for the second movie, and it was flawless. It was absolutely tremendous.
Who does this? And we lost a fantastic actor down there doing an autograph session, and it's really horrible.
It took a lot out of him, I know. His performance as the Joker took a lot out of him.
There are so many similarities to Joaquin Phoenix's Joker that I see in Nick Lieb.
I get so frustrated with that.
We do miss him dearly. We wish he was with us right now, but he's not. And do I think that is because of how seriously he took his role in the Batman movies? I can't say no.
But Nick wasn't the only cast member who would be making their return. Also reprising his much-celebrated role as Alfred the Butler.
Oh, Master Wayne.
Was Ted Merlino.
I got chills, guys.
And bringing my dad into it, I think, was one of the best choices that we made, because so many people knew him.
This group of this cast. What a nice connect.
It was kind of like everybody has some sort of connection to my dad, and they just know him. So having him play on the screens throughout the entire school, people were like, hey, what the hell is Mr. Merlino doing on the screen? It caught people's attention.
Well, I did see the script, but he would just say, hey, just read this for this part. But it was just how much fun all of you had was apparent. It was just, and look at you now.
It wasn't just some high school kid playing Alfred, because that wouldn't be right. We needed somebody who could actually fill the role.
It's no big deal.
But cameos and a new villain wouldn't be enough. For their next film, the group would venture into uncharted territories with the addition of Erica Halloran as Catwoman, Batman's love interest not only on screen, but off screen as well.
The studio thought that the romance between myself and the Catwoman character was something that they could sell. So they urged us, some might call it illegally, to start a relationship with each other. As you can see, 7 years later, we're still in that legally binding contract that the studio set up. So, as Meatloaf once put it, I'm praying for the end of my life.
With the cast and crew locked in, NS Productions' most ambitious film began principal photography.
Documentary making of the Batman movie.
And it was clear from the beginning, this movie would push boundaries.
2 was our most ambitious point in our storyline together as filmmakers.
One of my favorite things to do when writing any of our scripts was to see how much I could get away with in high school, because there were definitely times where I would pitch ideas and I would have a script written and Mr. Vinton would be like, no, you absolutely cannot do this.
The writer, Matthew, he was, for lack of better word, ballsy.
So many times we would do something and we'd think, there's no way we're going to get away with this. So we would film the same thing a few times. And we always got away with it. I don't know how.
Now you gotta get in this right frame of mind. We were in high school, you know, so you were only allowed to do so much. But the certain way that he he got humor into these characters was tremendous. It was incredible. It was a fantastic time to be alive.
While the first 2 films in the series had been completed in the span of just a few short weeks, the sheer scope of the sequel required far more. For months, the crew worked on weekends when the school was empty, piecing together the film, making sure special attention was paid to the details, with callbacks to previous installments, Easter eggs, and that fan-favorite element, 80s music.
Beautiful riff.
Everybody needs a little time away.
I got really into 80s music when we started filming the first Batman. So I always tried to incorporate some sort of crazy 80s pop hit into the films.
I gotta be honest with you, kid. You're creeping me out a little bit.
Girls just want to have fun. We used Raining Men.
I tumble for you.
I'll tumble for you. Yeah, so we used quite a bit of music, and I would always hear a song and think, okay, I know the scene that I'm going to write this to.
When the sequel was finally released to the public in April of 2013, the crew of NS Productions had seemingly done it once more, and yet again, the bar had been raised. But the ever-expanding expectations of the public would not come without a price, and as the school year quickly drew to a close, pre-production on the third and final film was moving at an unsustainable speed.
When we did start production for the third film, I think part of the problem was the script was rushed.
People are always asking for more and more and more. We felt like we had to deliver, and I think there became a point where we couldn't handle it anymore.
The set was riddled with drugs, and there was drinking problems. And you know, if you listen back to the films, you'll hear me behind the camera.
Just sex and drugs, you know. But when you're making a high school film, they don't call it high school for nothing. Am I right? Am I right, huh?
You're going to hear a lot of different stories that, you know, that just didn't work and things didn't happen. I'll tell you the truth of what happened down there. There were demons.
It became clear that the work to complete the Pale Knight trilogy would have to be done beyond the classroom, a realization that brought with it a newfound freedom to pursue an even more daring storyline. But this newfound freedom quickly took its toll.
It just threw everything that was clever about the high school videos out the window, and it was just crude to be crude, which was not what I wanted to go for, because I think that's what really made the Batman videos in high school great, was just how smart they were for our time.
The sad part about it is that there was scripts, there was tangible evidence that we were going to make these films.
That was when things started to fall apart, didn't it? We were never the same after that third movie.
On a spring day nearly a year after their journey first began, the crew behind NS Productions assembled at the local baseball fields to begin day one of principal photography on their final film. The shoot lasted just a few hours before concluding. Unbeknownst to everyone in the moment, this would be the last time the cast ever suited up.
Tensions flared and we never got them done. And I wonder what the world would have done with such, you know, creativity.
We had plans for Harley Quinn, we had plans for Poison Ivy, Catwoman would have returned, Joker would have returned, Riddler would have returned. We would have had Penguin come back in a more prominent role. We would have had Two-Face, we would have had Mr. Freeze. We had Scarecrow written in. We also had Nightwing. We had plans for Nightwing where Robin was going to essentially evolve after leaving Batman and become Nightwing. And then we were going to cast an entirely new Robin to kind of take over. So we had crazy plans to introduce so many characters, and it just never came to fruition.
Over the next 4 years, rumors would emerge that the final film in the project had found new life. But alas, it never did. And now, Nearly 8 years after the premiere of Batman Kinda Begins, the trilogy sits unfinished.
We talked for years about making it happen again. Never did.
I wish that the fans could see what we had, and I truly wish that the fans could have a film that they could relate to.
And while fans of the beloved series still long for a conclusion they most likely will never receive, the legacy of the Batman videos endures, both at Penn Trafford High School, where the holiday special still receives annual airplay during the Christmas season, as well as in the lives of everyone who was lucky enough to be touched by the Penn Trafford Batman.
You know, I don't think at the time any of us thought it would be a classic. I think we were just doing the best we could. Am I surprised now, all these years later, that it is a classic? No, because we're classic in our own ways, you know.
I don't know if I would call this a classic. I reserve that word for more works such as Citizen Kane and The Godfather, and you know, Big Mama's House comes to mind, and to be mentioned in the same sentence as those films, it's incredible, is what it is. Because when we were doing it, we never thought, you know, we were going to get to a place that this was going to be a special film that people still watch.
So Walt Disney once said, "I hope we never lose sight of one thing, that it was all started by a mouse." But that wasn't the case for us. It was all started by a bat.
It was a sunny day. Our dear friend Adam was still here, bless his heart. It has been 7 years, but it's just been yesterday. At first, my first instinct, I looked at Adam and did say, "Are they actually leaving us?" And he looked at me and just kind of stared at me. Didn't say much. Just said, "Yeah, they'll be back." You know, something told me that there was going to be something special when I walked downstairs and saw Batman Monopoly card taped on the basement door. So yes, I absolutely thought that it would be this special. I did not, however, think that I would still be tied up here. I thought that I would get to see this video for once.